finance and wealth.
Keep track of your spending. And part of the spending, of course, as we said, be able to separate wants from needs. That's secondly.
Leadership and governance.
There are people who take on the political aspect and try to water down important, significant decisions we leaders take for the good of this country.
Not forgetting parenting.
Now you're raising kids or children who are in a totally different time. You get it. Those days your mother would just give you an eye and you know this is a problem.
Hey, there are visitors.
There are visitors
and
around.
Mom gives you this eye, you know?
Yes.
Catch more of this every Monday to Friday at 9 p.m.
Indeed, here we are. We welcome you to Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time. Today is a Wednesday, and we are here to talk about family finances and wealth. Edrine Mukalazi is my name, and we are really diving into an exciting and at the same time challenging topic: balancing your day, your day job while building your dream business. Many of us dream of starting our own businesses, but how do we juggle the dream while still meeting the demands of our full-time job? Of course, we've given these very many names. Some people call it a side hustle. Some people call it a side gig. I mean, there are very many names that you can think of. But today we want to see, as your focus is on building your dream business, how do you manage, how do you balance now the time at your employee's workstation? Here we are delighted to have Mr. Bwire Jonan, who is a financial advisor and entrepreneur. I mean, he does a lot of things, but he's the one going to take us through this particular discussion, probably learning from his experiences as an entrepreneur, but also a financial advisor. It's a pleasure having you this evening.
Thank you, Edrine.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to you.
We are really delighted to have you, especially talking about this pertinent topic.
Yeah, it is a pleasure to be here again.
Indeed. Yes. We are delighted. You know, when we talk about business,
Yes.
Very many of us have different perception about business. And I remember in our previous episodes, you defined for us what a business is. But for purposes of following to someone who is joining us for the first time, or for someone who might have forgotten, we start from there. We talk about a business and what it is.
Edrine, thank you for this program once again.
Yeah.
My name is John Bwire. As usual, I will first greet and welcome the people who are watching us on Family TV.
Yeah.
That's my family, my wife and children who are following us. All the people in our groups of Rotary clubs, my colleagues in Chambogo College School. I also want to welcome them, and everyone who is following us on social media, YouTube, and every part where you're watching Family TV. You are not doing this for granted, but you're also watching this to improve and learn, to make your life better. So I would like to welcome all the viewers of Family TV and thank the management of Family TV for always creating this opportunity to see that people can be able to learn in their homes, and when they are seated in their sitting room. Those who are driving, they are able also to watch such a program.
Wow.
Edrine, you've been talking about businesses.
Yes.
For a couple of weeks. And today we are looking at balancing businesses and your work and create wealth. This program is Family Finances and Wealth. I would like to flash back. When we are talking about finances, anyone can have money.
Yeah.
Money you can earn from your job. Go and buy a car, build your home house. You can be called rich according to the person who sees you. But when we are talking about wealth, it is beyond that. It is beyond that. Because when you are earning money at your place of work, when your contract ends, that's the end of you. You go back to look for another job. But when you're building walls, it means that even if you don't have the other job, you can still survive and live a normal life. In today's world, people look at business and working in different ways. But I always tell people that business is what you do to give you an income from your working income. There is money you earn, and there's also money you work for yourself. You get that? The money you earn, that is work. Because you're working for somebody to pay you. The money you struggle and hustle for yourself, that is a business. But in our previous discussion about business, is people should always focus and look at areas which can give them money even when they are sleeping. If someone reaches at that level, then he will be doing business. And today we are discussing about how do you balance from your work and also become an entrepreneur who is a successful one.
And then eventually build that
eventually build what?
That dream business.
Build your dream business. It is not easy. It is not easy in the first instance. In today's world, the workers or the employers we are working with, who employs us, they want to squeeze you and make sure that you work for them and you leave that work when you're very tired and you cannot do any other thing. That's the economy we are in today. When someone gives you a job, he will want to see that everything in you comes out. You leave the job when you are extremely tired. Now you cannot handle anything. If you look at our discussion we've been building, we have been saying that many businesses come to fail because people lack supervision for their businesses. Actually, when you go to Uganda Bureau of Uganda Registration Services
Bureau,
when you go there, you will find that there are very many businesses which register every year and they fail to take off because people come when they are excited, they have work, and they cannot supervise their business to success. So when you're looking at balancing business and your work, we need to look at areas which people should look at really. And which business can you do to survive your workplace and also survive your business?
Wow. There's something that that has just come up when you talked about Uganda Registration Service Bureau. I remembered you talked about business that never take off, but there are also businesses that die on paper. The business, they're always listed every particular period of time. They are listed and they say these businesses never existed. So they were registered, they got the registration status, but they never lived to see their activities. And that is really unfortunate. But we are delighted that today we are talking about balancing your day job while building your future business. And this is really very, very important. We've seen, of course, some people asking, should we keep on calling it a side hustle? Should we keep on calling it a side gig? Because everyone says, I have my side hustle, support my hustle. But the question now is, should we keep on calling them side hustles? Mr. Bwire, is it a right way to call it a side hustle? This is my side hustle, this is my side hustle. Because you said what you hustle for and get the money you get out of hustle.
Yes.
You get into the marketplace, that is now your business.
But we should also know where the name hustle comes from. The name hustle comes from
someone is struggling, hustling is struggling. You are struggling to make it. And as I've told you, that they will need to supervise where are you. You get that? Where are you? Even your time, even your weekends, they would like you to be at the station of work. So that you may not have anything completely you do for yourself. And this is squeezing people and letting them without anything.
You said something that it is not really easy for someone to balance. I mean, it is not easy for someone to run that too. You're having this job and you're having this side hustle, if we may call it that. But now the question comes, the broader question: is it a wise decision for you to have both, or you choose between the two? Which route to take? Side hustle so that it becomes your full-time hustle, or you stick to the job?
You need to apply wisdom.
With guidance.
With guidance. Today, in today's world, people know a lot. Social media moves with a lot of things. And people seem to be knowing. Even a young kid, you find him knowing. But practically, there are very few people who know how to apply something in the practical world. So, can we leave this one and deal in this one? If you leave this one, you will not have the capital to run this. If you have the capital to run this, and you know it has taken over, then you can leave this one. What makes us to be employed is looking for a capital to begin our own investments. But sometimes we take, I can say, we fool ourselves. After getting employed, we become so satisfied with the environment, with the salary we are getting, with everything we are getting, and we settle for less. So after settling for less, you find that people, they eat everything they get. They depend on their bosses. And you always find them asking, has it rained? You get that? When the month comes to the end, has it rained? We don't have transport. They will go for advances. One thing I would like our viewer to understand is, when you are employed and you are earning some little money, you need to save this money for some period of time. After saving your money for some period of time, look for a problem to solve. That is the business to invest in. When you invest in this business should be very confidential from your workplace.
Why?
Why?
Because I can look at, maybe I want to invest in a textile and garment business. I have clients here at the workplace. I bring my stuff. I bring shirts. I bring trousers to these people I work with. Why should I keep it as
the day you will succeed in that business, and you begin to do something which your boss has never expected you to be doing it, is the day you will have to go. In today's world, the Abel and Cain jealous is still existing. You get that, Edrine? It is that a long time back, before our grandparents. Abel and Cain were Adam's children.
Yes,
Adam,
children.
not Abraham,
Yeah,
sorry.
Adam.
But you find that Cain murdered Abel because of the sacrifice this one had offered. So in today's world, whatever you do and you are successful, you get a return of jealousy from the people who know you. That's why I say that if you are looking towards wealth and transforming your life, you need to keep some of the things away from your workplace, from your friends. As we talk right now, Edrine, if you begin something here, you may think that you're going to introduce it to these people to buy it.
As potential clients.
As potential
because
clients.
I believe these are the first clients I have the pie bill with.
But you may not get them buying it. Because they know you. Because they don't want you to overtake them. Because there is the other one inside.
The Cain Abel.
Yes. So for any business you are trying to do, sometimes we need to keep it away from the people who knows us better. Because once they begin saying, but after leaving this workplace, you are able to show them that I'm doing this, this, and this.
Does it change? Will they still buy? Or the other one will...
Even if they have jealousy, they will not now come and begin their jealousy when you are away from that station. So their jealousy will stop inside them, but it will not be affecting your business. But if you're working and you showing off what you are doing and the progresses and everything you are doing, trust me, you come tomorrow in the morning and they tell you, Edrine, you've come late. So this is the second time I'm warning you. You come the other side, I warned you on Monday. You've been coming late. Your letter is here. Go and sign for it.
But some will be smart enough to remind you that, so you no longer give us the time you're supposed to give us to spend much of your time in your business.
Yes. So apply wisdom.
Okay. Now the other thing is, what should be someone's inspiration to start up a business or what they would call a side hustle? What should be the cause of their inspiration? Because we have very many people, like we say that some people are excited.
Yes.
Because everyone is starting a business,
Yes.
They go, they register this particular business,
Yes.
but they never see it thrive. So what should be that inspiration, that driving force?
The driving force is within someone's mind. We are all aiming to get somewhere. Okay. Before you started going to school, those people who are watching us, maybe they had some parents who used to tell them, go to school, read, and be well. When you reach something like senior one, you started understanding that, the people who go to school are the one who make it in life after seeing some inspiration somewhere. So, beginning a business starts within our mind. It is our mind we set, and we say, as I told you before, a business is a problem to some people. So you are solving that problem. You identify what is the problem in that community. What do people want in this community? How can I solve this problem and get money from them? So you identify that and you look at the budget for that. How much could this cost? If I started a shop from here, how much does it cost? After identifying that, you find out the product. You know the cost now. And you have to invest. You look for the labor force. Who are the people going to help me in this? But there is something I want to remind our viewers. Professionally, right now we are talking to people who are employed. And they want also to begin something which can thrive their life to their future dreams. People who are employed, the advice I always give them is they cannot manage something to do with day-to-day running of business when 24/7 your boss needs you to concentrate on his desk. So the businesses you can venture in, these are the businesses which will not take much of your time and easy to monitor. Let me say, if you bought land somewhere in Seta and you put there rentals, at the end of the month, you'll be getting, let me say, 350 in every apartment, or 500,000. This business, you're going to supervise it at the end of the month, or on your phone. Man, the month has come to an end. Can you pay my rent? You get that? So it will not take you too much time to come and supervise this, to look for how much they sold, to look for what are the expenses. Everything will be sorted. So I advise people who are you are getting some money and you are lacking something to do. Invest in real estate. There are some who are doing consultative works. They are doctors, they are accountants, they are teachers. Do something in consultation. You're a doctor somewhere in Mulago. Put up a clinic. But don't steal drugs from Mulago to your clinic. You get that? You are a teacher. After teaching your lesson, have some other things you can do from 5 to 8 as a consultative thing, which can give you some money. If you are able to hire somewhere and you can develop that place to a small school, do that. Because it will be giving you what is in your training, in line of your training. But when you are full-time employee somewhere and you want to begin a shop in Chikubo,
because I realize that is the problem in my community,
and you want to start a shop in Chikubo, what you do, save money from this. After saving money from this, resign, come and make your shop in Chikubo.
Isn't that a risk?
Yes, it's a risk. It's a risk, but that's how you can do it better. If you begin a shop in Chikubo and you are working 24/7 for someone who is tightly supervising you without leaving you any room or any time to check on your shop, you find when that shop is closed and people have gone. And today we have attendants, like people who are working in Chikubo. You have your workers there. You find them knowing that now a bag of sugar has a profit of 10,000. So you are paying that person at the end of the day 10,000 or 20,000. What he will do, he will sell 5 bags of sugar, and get the profit of 50,000, and will go and buy the 5 bags of sugar and put them there. So you come to check your shop and you find that the exactly 5 bags you left there are still there. Will you be making business? You will not be making business.
People say that technology has come to make things easy. Is there no monitoring tool? For example, I can say I connect maybe the CCTV cameras on my phone. While I sit at my boss's office, I can supervise and see what they're doing.
You cannot. When you are at your boss's time, the boss needs your mind, needs your concentration, and you also have work to do there. You're not there to watch a film. So, putting the CCTV camera, your boss will not allow you to put a big screen in front of you showing what is happening in your shop. Secondly, you will not have time to look at the camera and review everything what happened in your shop. If you have that energy will be there first day, second day, third day, the energy will have gone. So technology, sometimes there is somewhere where technology fails. Somewhere where technology fails. But there are areas where we can apply technology and it works. Let me say, like a supermarket setting, you can apply technology and the technology will help you to work. That means by the time you come in the evening, you'll be able to check. And by the lunchtime, you can move out and check what is happening. But other businesses which you don't have much of that, you fail to make it.
Maybe for that particular one, which you have said before you even go for the break, I look at a situation where, for example, this is Church House.
Yes.
We have the next building, City House.
Yes.
And I establish my my retail shop there at City House. So at break, I get a break time. I rush as others are taking their breakfast. I've rushed to check on how things are moving on. Lunch break, I still go, and then after work, I pass by. Isn't that supervision enough? Or maybe if I have such a mind, in which proximity should my business be?
For a retail shop, it is not enough. If you're looking at a retail shop, it is not enough. Because a retail shop means that you are selling an item one by one.
Yes.
Meaning, if someone sells a kilogram of sugar, it is very hard for you to check after break and see that a kilogram of sugar has been sold. Even if you tell them that write every item which moves out of this shop, they will forget, right? Because they are not minding about your business, but they are minding about their pay at the end of the month. But your business is not their concern. By the way, it is very rare to get a retail attendant who can mind your business. These are ignorant people. You got them from somewhere, they are struggling, looking for what to do. But you are bringing them in the shop, is a sale. So at the end of the day, you find that there is nothing which is taking place. So their mindset will be about how to get that money from you. I have over tried to operate a retail shop somewhere. But you find that without supervision, you will not manage that shop.
What I'm learning here is that supervision is really key, and I think let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we are going to build on that. Kindly stick with us.
Lord, when you are sealed in the Lord, the devil looks at you and you are glittering. The devil locates a crown. For any person that the devil locates with a crown, the devil will never eat them because they belong to the Most High.
Friends, don't you give up in any form of hardship. Don't you give up, for Jesus encourages us and says, even at the point of losing your life, for the sake of Christ and the gospel, it is okay.
My dear brothers and sisters, let us remember that God is still reigning on his throne in heaven above. And let us trust in him. Let us rely on him. Let us pray each and every time. Let us not give up on showing ourselves out into the world that the Lord Jesus Christ is still king and he still reigns.
You and I are here to reign on the earth, not to complain, not to grumble, not to play victim, not to quarrel, but to reign on the earth.
I pray, Father, that you will release the fourth man to destroy every fire, to protect your people who are in every furnace and set them free in the name of Jesus.
Welcome back from that commercial break. This is Family Hour. Edrine Austin Mukalazi is my name, and today, it being a Wednesday, we are looking at finances and wealth. Very important that we are talking about business. I believe everyone has a vision. Everyone would really want to have that business where they are the bosses, where, you're the one who regulates what happens at your workplace, where you're free to establish all your creativity and innovations. But how do you balance it? Because sometimes when you rush through it, when you leave prematurely, you realize that problems might befall you. That is why it is really important that you pay attention to what we are discussing today. Before the break, we are talking about the issue of supervision, and this is really very, very important. But the way, as we are beginning the show, you said it is really hard to balance the two.
Yes.
But again, as we sail through the discussion, you're making it look a little easier. That, for example, real estate, sit, have your phone, manage it. You can even give your property to property managers, and then they do the administration and then all those things. So it seems a little soft for some businesses. But what are some of the major obstacles that someone or that await you as someone who is inventing this business, especially at the early stages, if you are still running this job?
One of the obstacles is capital.
Okay.
Most people, they fail to plan when they are still earning money. And they reach somewhere and they want to begin something, but they don't have the capital to do that business. Leaving the capital aside, let me explain something. Some people are just contented. Once they get employed, they get that contract and sign, they will even jump, go to church, testify, I've gotten a job, it is good paying, it is going to give me a car, going to give me a house. So everything of mine is sorted. And they forget that their life is not ending there. So they work for that job, eating all the money, having all the loans, going to all different places that they are eating life, not knowing that life is eating them. By the time they will realize their contract will be ending. And these are the people you find again in church praying, God, help me, they renew my contract. Help me, they do this. Help me, they do this. You get that? Because they forgot that after getting the job, the first thing is to get money. When they get that money has to be invested to multiply. And they have to look for something they can invest in that money to multiply. So you find them even after getting to 60 years, that's when they think that now the job has gone, I need to invest my pension somewhere. And as we've been discussing this issue, you cannot invest at the age of 60, something you've never invested in, and you think you're going to get money from it. So they end up again misusing the pension they have got. And their life becomes miserable. After 2-3 years, you'll find that someone who has been working in big organization, his life has come to an end. And you ask why? Lack of planning. As people are employed in some organization, this is what I would focus them to think about. Get your first paycheck. After getting your first paycheck, look and see, where can I put this money to multiply? You're not only going to eat this money all day, eat this money all night, but where can you put part of this money to multiply? Save part of your money. If you are getting 1 million, get a house to rent, not more than 200,000, near your workplace, where you can use 1K going, 1K coming back. You're using 2,000. That is 60,000 a month for transport. Eat food which is within. And after eating food which is within, try to save half of your money. Because we are all looking for better life. After saving half of your money, look for something. After 12 months, you saved 500,000. That is around 6 million on your account. What I advise people is, now I can advise you, go to the bank. Ask them for a loan of around 10 million. Get that money, put in something in capital. Don't put in these things which are going to go away. Put in something in capital. You get that? Buy land somewhere, build a house somewhere, which will bring in money. If you can do that within 1, 2, 3 years, it will become something which is part of you. After working for 10 years, trust me, you'll be having assets which can sustain your life even without work. So, discipline. People should always apply discipline. Money, as we've been discussing always, it tempts. When you have money in the pocket and it is cash, everything you meet, you want to buy it. You find a good belt, you say, Mom, let me buy this. You find a good cup, you say, let me buy it. I saw it with Eddie in the studio, let me also get this. You find a good tie, you say, let me buy it. So, money tempts. People who are watching us and they want to develop from finances, riches to wealth, they should always avoid having money in their pocket. Whenever you have money, everything you find, it takes away the money. So, let's have discipline. Is one of the hindrances, obstacles of getting where we want to be.
Okay. There is something you talked about as we are beginning this show. You said that don't disclose your business to especially your bosses. And I brought in an element of work, the workmates and all that. And you said let it remain a secret while you are still at this job. But we also realize that networking is really very, very key in a business, especially if you want to grow your business. How can someone build their networks, and what is the importance of this network chain in growing your business?
Network works when you're growing rich.
Okay.
When you're building wealth, sometimes it doesn't work. What am I trying to mean? Network business is you're going to buy a suit and you're going to show your network, I'm selling the suit at this cost. I'm selling the shoes at this cost.
We even put in WhatsApp groups, support my hustle.
I'm selling the car at this cost. Network will help you. But if it comes to building, are you going to put in your network that I have rentals somewhere? Let me say you build your rentals in Barara. Your network is in Kampala. Are you still going to look for your network to go and hire those buildings in Barara? No, it will not work.
What about if they have relatives that say that they can recommend?
You don't need that. If you put buildings in a strategic place, the brokers will look for you, not your network, because they want to earn. They will look for you. People who want those houses will look for you. What you have to make sure is to do something strategic in a good place where everyone is attracted to go there. Network will help you to build your riches on small items. I think you get that.
Yes, yes.
So, the reason I say that you must be so confidential, I explained it to you and I said people have jealousy. Personally, I don't want to describe my life, but I've ever involved in politics. And that is the time I got the highest denial, even to the people who were too close friends with me. So it gave me a lesson. These people did not just hate the thing because maybe something else, but they were looking, how can this young man go up there and begin to lead us and begin to get this money? For them, they looked at areas of money, and me, I was looking at the areas of service. So as we grow to do bigger and better things, some things you just need to surprise people. Don't tell people I'm going to build, I've gotten money, and you keep telling everyone. Some things we just need to surprise them. Go one day in your village or in your community, get a lorry, it pours all the material on the site, and they begin saying, oh, this young man has stolen money. Let them speak that, but when you've not told them what you are going to do. Whenever you tell people some things, one, they are part of the setback of what you want to do. Two, they will develop envy of what you want to do. And after developing envy, they will look for better people who are around you to keep advising and telling you, this one, if you do this and do this, you fail. So sometimes we need to take decisions which are very hard, and very realistic, that we can achieve them. After doing that, let people know when you succeeded in that. Even in education, there are some people who want to fail some other people to study. You get that? So this is what we grow with. And as we grow older, we get to know. I was reading today something where someone was saying that as we were young, our eyes were seeing very far. But as we grow older, our eyes gets to know who is next to you and gets to know your heart. They will not see far, but they will begin to know the people around you. When you were young, you were just seeing far, seeing things, seeing people who are smart, seeing people who are doing this. But as you grow, you realize that your eyes begin seeing people who love you, genuinely love you, people who wish you well, and people who want you to succeed, and people who does not wish you anything. So we need to realize that telling people about all what we do is good for getting money, but sometimes it is also a hindrance for our development.
Okay. We'll look at someone who is working. We talked about this earlier, but I want you to re-emphasize it. At what point should someone who is employed, because you said that you're here to accumulate your capital.
Yes.
And when you realize that you have enough capital, then you can go. But at what point then should I say that now I have enough capital? Because I look at someone, maybe they have all the stock they need in the car, in their shop.
Yes.
And so should that be the reason they now quit this job, because they have all the stock? Or what form of capital should they accumulate before they can quit this job?
When we are beginning business, business has levels. The beginning level, where you're going to struggle. The takeover level, where it is taking off. And when the level of it has taken off, you see the trend. We use a triangle. The base, and you see the trend going up. That trend going up, once it begins bending, it means that you started incurring losses, and that business is leading to decline. Our viewers today, at what level do you see that your business has taken off? Always apply what we call, what we can call calculating your business, or knowing how much is in your business. We have what we call the cost price, the selling price, and the profit. You get that? If you get the cost price, You less the selling price and you get the profit. You have a shop of suits. You bought all these suits at, you started with 3 million. And you are seeing your shop of 3 million is growing to around 10 million. And you are seeing that by the end of the month, you are able to make, let me say, 3 million. After paying all the expenses, rent, labor, garbage, and all the people, all the taxes around. But you are saving 3 million shillings. And on the other job, you are earning 1 million. Why would you stay there side? And yet here you are earning 3 million. You are not working all the time. And the other side, you are earning 1 million. Yet if you brought your brain here, you can earn more than what is the other side. Okay. Unless if you are doing a business, which is like the station you are in, is the one which gives you the client to your business. You can continue staying here. Because all the clients you have, you get them from here. You get that? I'll give an example. Some of, like, I would say like the accountants, somehow, somewhere they are being paid some little money. Some who are working outside there. But if you know your work, you've been doing it well, you get the referrals for your work. And they will refer you to people to help. So this station you are working in is the one which gives you people you are helping your side. And you know the reason you are getting the other client is because of this place. Stay here and continue to add on your stuff their side. Once you realize that your circles here has come to an end and you have a good number of clients your side, resign here and concentrate in your business.
That is for the service industry.
Yes.
But now look at people who are in goods now, in good transactions.
Good transactions. They are doing good transactions as employed there?
No, good transactions as their side business. Because like you said, it might be hard for you to get clients at your workplace. So someone is dealing in goods. They have their clothes, they have their, whichever product they are selling.
Those goods or services, the goods business, you realize the profit even within 1 month. That you're making money or you're not making money. Because
irrespective of how old the business is?
Yes. Let me say you importing clothes to Uganda. You get a value to what you are going to pay to China. And when those clothes come to Uganda, you realize a profit in day one. After realizing a profit in day one, you count that in the period of 3 months. After realizing that in the period of 3 months, you know which months did better, which one did not do better. Because they are slopes and ups. So continue to do that. If within 1 year you see that this business can be able to sustain you, instead of wasting time here and they are cheating you, come and concentrate in your business. Because you put in all the brain, everything you want, you will be concentrating there. Because if you leave it to the other people, you will find that these people are cheating you, yet you have gotten that money to add in your business and to grow when you are there. But these people may take a lot of money, which you not even earning their side. So it is better you leave this side and concentrate. One thing I would like to tell the people is, like, when you get into a business, get to know that this is the problem in Kampala. You get that? In Kampala here, there are dealers, whom we call dealers, big dealers. If you go and ask that suit you're putting on, there is someone specifically who imports them. One person. And if they steal it from the other person, can be able to locate it anywhere around Kampala. And he said, this one was stolen from me. How did you get it? So when you are dealing in something and you see that this something you are dealing in has life in it, I don't see the reason you sit the aside. All the business of goods and services needs your presence there. If your presence is not there for goods, then you're lying yourself that you're doing business. At the end of the day, you're going to cry at your workplace looking for salary when also your business has gone with different people.
Lastly, as we talk about building business, how can, especially young entrepreneurs, overcome financial risks that are embedded in the process of starting a business?
Before you get to overcoming financial risks, in business, sometimes risks are good. Yeah. We said that all risky ventures are the one which makes people to get money. All risky ventures. You get that? I'll give an example. One of the example of the risk ventures is shares. When the business makes loss, you also incur the loss. When the business makes profit, you also get profit. There is a company which came here in Uganda. It was dealing in tiles. It came with shares at 30,000 shillings. And very many people rushed in and put in a lot of money. You get that? They put in a lot of money. Hey, this one is going to bring money. This one is going to bring money. This one is going to bring money, since it works in tiles and all those people are building. After 2-3 years, the shares for this business came to 2,500.
Wow.
So someone who has invested in this business at 30,000, his share was being accounted at 2,500. So sometimes we don't need to avoid risk, but we need to look at areas where risks are. In finance, we say that areas which are risky are areas which are juicy. If someone knew how to calculate now that business which came with 30,000, because it started somewhere, from 3,000, it started going up to 30,000. It did not just emerge at once and go to 30,000. So the person who had invested in that business would have known, I invested in this business at 30,000. It has now soared to 30,000 per share. To sell off the shares and get his money quickly before this share declining and coming down. But you find that this person left and said, so I want my shares to go to 50,000. So by the time he was waiting for the shares to go to at 50,000, the shares dropped down. There are people who are dealing in these things which I don't tell people, I don't advise people to go in. These things which comes up and it cheats the people's money and they go.
Ponzi schemes.
Yes. You get that? But do you know the people who benefit in these things? They are the people who put in money at first and remove at once before other people join in. So this one's risk. Quickly they put in money and they begin calculating. Once this business gets to around 500 clients who are online on it, it is going to close up and these people are going to run away with our money. So he hits once and runs away with his money and leaves the other people to suffer. It is not that everyone gets a loss in this business, but some people benefit from them. So if we don't need to avoid risks, but we need to calculate risks and see that at this stage I'm getting in a risk.
In 1 minute, give us your closing remarks as we wind up this discussion.
Yeah, my closing remarks is, as we talk about finances, people who are watching us, I would like to again remind you that doing business is intentional. You will never get there until you decide to get there. You have to be intentional of doing something you want to do. It's like standing. If you've not taken the step to move, you remain seated there or standing there. So people should be intentional in doing something which can help them to succeed in life.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bwire. And to you, our viewer, if you are considering starting your own business, remember, it takes hard work, time, and dedication. But it's certainly possible to join. It's possibly possible to join the business world. So don't lose hope. And I've worked with Jonan, I've worked with Mumuza, and very many other people out there who make sure that you have this show right there in your living room, and from wherever you're watching us from. You might be watching from our app, our website. Yeah, we really appreciate you. And you who watches from YouTube, it's also good that you came through. And from the entire team, it's a good night. We meet again next time, but until we meet again, keep dreaming. Your dream will come to pass.